When your cat sleeps with you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it's adorable. But behind that closeness, there's something much deeper that most people completely miss. In fact, sleeping beside you is one of the most emotionally meaningful things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, you could be missing messages they've been silently trying to send for years. Let's start with what that nightly ritual really means. First, it was never just about warmth. Most people think the answer is simple. Cats get cold. You're warm. End of story. But here's the truth. Cats are experts at finding heat. Sunny windows, laptops, radiators, fresh laundry, soft blankets. They always have options. So if warmth was all they wanted, they wouldn't keep choosing you. Because sleep is when a cat is at their most vulnerable. Every instinct inside them tells them to hide somewhere protected. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere no predator could reach them. And yet, they ignore every hidden corner in the house and climb into bed beside a human. 15 times their size. That's not about temperature. That's trust on a level most owners never fully realize. Studies in animal cognition have shown that cats form attachment bonds with their owners similar to the way infants bond with caregivers. So when your cat chooses to sleep beside you, they're saying something they can't put into words. You make me feel safe enough to completely let my guard down. And by the way, if your cat suddenly stops sleeping with you one day, don't ignore it. We'll come back to that later because it's something many owners wish they had understood sooner. Second, they're blending their scent with yours. Have you ever noticed your cat rubbing their head, face, or body against you right before settling down to sleep? That's not random affection. It's chemistry. Cats have scent glands around their cheeks, forehead, and tail base. Every time they rub against you, they leave invisible scent markers behind. But here's what most people don't realize. When your cat sleeps pressed against you, they're not just marking you, they're mixing your scent with theirs. In the wild, cats in the same colony share a communal scent. It's how they recognize family. It's how they silently say, "This one is safe." So when your cat sleeps against you night after night, they're performing an ancient bonding ritual. They're telling the world and themselves that you belong together. This is also why your cat may sniff you intensely after you come home from somewhere unfamiliar. To them, your scent changed. Part of that bedtime cuddle is them restoring the shared scent connection they associate with comfort, safety, and home. Third, they think they're protecting you. Have you ever wondered why your cat insists on sleeping in a very specific spot? Maybe near your head, maybe near your feet, maybe pressed tightly against your back. That placement isn't random, it's strategic. Even the most spoiled indoor cat still carries the instincts of a predator. And predators naturally think about safety, territory, and protection. When your cat positions themselves beside you while you sleep, part of them genuinely believes they're standing guard. This behavior goes back thousands of years. In wild cat colonies, members often watch over each other while resting. Survival depended on it, and your cat, no matter how domesticated, hasn't forgotten that ancient instinct. Watch carefully where your cat sleeps. If they face the bedroom door, they may be monitoring the entrance. If they sleep near your head, they may instinctively guard the most vulnerable part of your body. They know they're small. They simply don't care. Something deep inside them says, "This human is mine to protect." Would they actually fight an intruder? Probably not, but in their mind, they've accepted the role anyway. Every night, they quietly show up for duty. Fourth, every sleeping position sends a message. Does your cat curl into a tight ball? Stretch out across the entire bed? Sleep with their back turned toward you? Each position means something different. Let's start with the tight curl. This is the most protective sleeping position a cat can take. Their belly stays hidden, paws tucked in, vital organs protected. If your cat sleeps like this often, it usually means they trust you enough to stay nearby. But they still hold on to a small layer of caution. Now compare that to the full sprawl. Legs stretched out, belly exposed, completely relaxed. That is the ultimate sign of security. A cat exposing their stomach is a cat that fully believes nothing bad will happen in your presence. For that moment, every survival instinct switches off. And what about when they turn their back toward you? Some owners misunderstand this and feel ignored. But in cat language, turning their back on someone actually means complete trust. It means they don't feel the need to watch you. And then there's the strongest signal of all, the full contact press. When your cat wedges themselves tightly against your body, squeezing into impossible spaces just to stay close, that's devotion. They want zero distance between you, not because they're clingy, because your presence genuinely makes them feel secure. Fifth, they change their entire schedule for you. Have you ever noticed your cat waking up when you wake up? And settling down when you go to bed? That isn't coincidence. It's adaptation. Cats are naturally crepuscular, meaning they're biologically designed to be most active at dawn and dusk. That's when their wild ancestors hunted. By nature, their sleep schedule shouldn't match yours at all. But bonded cats do something remarkable. They slowly adjust their internal rhythm to align with the humans they loved. Researchers studying domestic cats discovered that cats living closely with humans gradually shift their sleeping and waking cycles to mirror their owners. They stay awake longer during the day, sleep more deeply at night, and become active around your routine instead of their natural one. Think about how powerful that is. An animal shaped by thousands of years of evolution changes its own biological rhythm, simply to spend more time beside you. That's also why many cats wait by the door before you, arrive home, or wake up moments before your alarm rings. They've memorized your rhythm, not out of routine, out of attachment. Sixth, they feel your stress before you even notice it yourself. Have you ever had a terrible day and suddenly your cat refuses to leave your side? That's not coincidence either. Cats are incredibly sensitive to emotional changes in the humans they bond with. Studies suggest cats can detect subtle shifts in body language, behavior, movement, breathing patterns, and even scent. When you're stressed, your body changes, your breathing changes, your posture changes, your scent changes, and your cat notices all of it. They may not understand the reason behind your emotions, but they know something feels different. That's why some cats become unusually affectionate when their owner is anxious, sick, grieving, or emotionally overwhelmed. They're not just being cute, they're responding to signals your body is unconsciously giving off, and sleeping beside you gives them constant access to those signals. Your heartbeat, your breathing, your restlessness, your emotional baseline, night after night. They quietly learn what normal you feels like. So when something changes, they notice immediately. And finally, what if they suddenly stop? If a cat that always slept beside you suddenly begins sleeping alone, don't brush it off. Cats are creatures of habit. When they break a deeply emotional routine like this, it often means something important changed. Sometimes it's physical, pain. Illness or discomfort can cause cats to isolate themselves. In nature, vulnerable animals instinctively hide weakness. If an older cat suddenly withdraws from bedtime routines, it may be worth checking with a veterinarian. Other times, the reason is environmental: a new pet, a new person, a different routine, a stressful event. Even small changes in the home can feel enormous to a cat. And sometimes, it's emotional. Cats remember experiences tied to specific places. If something frightened them in the bedroom, loud conflict, stress, sudden fear, they may temporarily avoid that space to protect themselves emotionally. The important thing is this: your cat was never sleeping beside you for no reason. That nightly ritual meant something to them. It was trust, safety, bonding, comfort, connection. So if it changes, don't assume they're being moody. They're communicating. Listen carefully, pay attention, and if needed, gently help them feel safe again. Because to your cat, sleeping beside you was never something small, and maybe it shouldn't feel small to you either.